What's going on, traders? Welcome back to day 12 of 25 days of trading. We're almost about halfway, so hopefully you've seen the previous 11 videos. And if you haven't, go check them out after this. Reminder, every morning at 11 a.m., I'll be dropping the next video all the way through Christmas morning. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single video. And I really appreciate you tuning back in. In this one, I want to talk to you about how to set up your TradingView charts to maximize your profits. I know it doesn't sound like the most interesting thing that we're all trying to learn strategy, psychology, risk management, but how you do have your chart set up is a main part of how you're able to find your trades, not clutter the charts with too much clutter, and distract yourself from finding the actual price action and reading the charts cleanly. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it and set up your charts to look similar to mine, right? The easiest way I could show you is just right here on TradingView, where we'll go with some Christmas colors of these candles, as this is just the bear chart, bear price action looking at the 15-minute as we're on TradingView. I have the premium subscription, but for this, you don't even need that. You just need the essential. We're going to use about 2 to 3 indicators, which I think you could use on the essential plan, the bare minimum, the cheapest one. So you should be fine. But let's look at the 15-minute here. Like I said, first thing I'm going to do is go to your indicators, and you can just type in, I have it all favorited, of course, and you're going to want to favorite it yourself so you can quickly find them if they ever get removed. And just type in VWAP auto anchored. That's going to automatically put one from the start of the day starting at 9:30. So being that this is the evening, it's starting the overnight session. So let's click on that, or you can go to the top left here where the settings for that indicator is and pop them up. I'm going to change it to the source. Instead of HLC, I'm going to do open, high, low, close 4. So OHLC 4. That's all good. Style, I'm going to turn off all the bands. I don't need any of the band multipliers. Turn those all off, even the background. Now with the VWAP, I have mine as black, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to thicken it up a little bit as well. Now you can see it's starting from the start of day. So let's rewind this to just pretend it's yesterday. This is what it's going to look like. Showing from the start of the day, the changeover, all of today's price action. So that's the first one. That's what I call my daily VWAP. If you see my Futures 2.0 course, I walk you through what my VWAPs are, as well as what they mean. This black one is the daily, because we're on the electronic trading hours, the extended trading hours, where we see all the price action. When we go to the regular trading hours here in a little bit, you'll see it's condensed to only seeing the price action from 9:30 forward. That's going to be my New York VWAP, but you can still see if we go to the 1 minute here, it's all, where are we going? Go to the 1 minute regular trading hours, and you can see it's all anchored. Same thing from the start of day, our day being that 9:30 New York open. Look about the 15-minute here, back to the extended trading hour, just so we can see everything. Now we got to rewind it so we can go back to yesterday. So there's our daily VWAP, right? The other one I'm going to use is just the standard tool here on the top left, fourth one down. You're going to want to do the third one down, fourth one down, volume-based anchored VWAP. Again, I have it favorited. That's where I manually put my low of day, high of day. So in this case, we're going to do a low of day right here. I could beef that one up so you can see it a little bit clearer. I make those purple, the low of day as well as a high of day break. Those are going to be in purple. And other than that, I have the Edgeful indicators. You could obviously use those. You'll go to the invite only tab if you're signed up for Edgeful. That's the only way you can get access to them. You can see they have all their indicators, even the ones I do not use, but plenty of them on here. Then we're going to do the opening range breakout. Turn that on. And again, I'm going to play with the filters a little bit. Go to this, click on the settings, inputs. It goes back number of days, 50. So if we just look at the charts, you can see the past 50 days. It shows you all those opening ranges. I don't need that. I'm going to make these black so I can clearly see them. And then the numbers of days back, so now you can probably clearly see them a little bit better. Those are all the opening ranges, which is pretty good for back testing and doing markups, because then you don't have to draw it yourself. You can just zoom back and see how it's respected, double broken, single broken. But realistically, I just do the day of. So we'll do 1. And then from that, there they all go. Here's today's. With that, I could even turn off the background style or visibility. We're good. Nice, nice, nice. Opening range breakout session. Turn the color to 0%. Those are opening range high and low, which is when we go to the regular trading hours. You can still see on the 1 minute here, it's from that start of the day. From 9:30, the opening range is set from those first 15 minutes, and here's our high and low. Another one you could add, same thing going to Edgeful, invite only, is the IB. So we go to the initial balance, we'll turn that one on. Same thing, I'll play with the colors a little bit. I'll double click on those. I make these just like a darker blue just so I could tell that they're not the opening range. And then same thing, I'll turn off the zone. We could leave the zone on for this purpose. You can see that's our initial balance, and it shows you all the candles of when it stops calculating that opening range or the initial balance. So you can see this was the low. That's why the initial balance low is there. Let's turn off that background as well. Those are the two VWAPs I use, a low of day, which is going to be anchored from down here on the 1 minute, the New York one, which starts from 9:30, our opening range, and our initial balance. So one last thing, it's got to be my way. Let's turn off this initial balance and number of days back, change that to one. I don't need to see all the initial balances either. So with that being said, also we have the 1 minute here. Let's go over an example of how I used it today. To keep it simple, we could turn off the opening range just because it wasn't in play today after we already broke out of it. You can still see the New York VWAP. We have a big move down at the open. If you've seen my course, no significant pullback that gets me super interested. One, looking back at it now with the initial balance turned on, is maybe this break and retest underneath it the second time. That wouldn't be a bad short. I don't hate that at all, right? Where you don't have the initial balance on, let's turn that off. Kind of looks like it's just floating. It's pretty low price. We're not off any key levels. We're certainly not off this key view up of New York. So maybe I'm not taking that trade. But if you have the initial balance marked off for yourself, you can say, well, here's our first break of it. Buyers try to bounce us. We're breaking through a second time. So then you short it there on that low a day if you will. I'm sure plenty of people did that. And it's a good trade. But then moving forward from there, you can see we get our first and only real retest to this New York VWAP, which also lines up with that initial balance low, right? We retested it back here. Here's our second attempt at it. I tweeted about it today that please, please, please tell me no one longed this because it just grinds my gears. It's also in the Futures 2.0 course of, honestly, I should have just labeled it trades that I hate and trades that I don't take. It was labeled underneath my least favorite trades because they're not good ones, that they often lose. That just mathematically, let's just mark it off real quick. A measuring tool from the open to where we cross above this New York here. That's 2 days. Let's go back one more candle. 4 hours and 8 minutes, all below New York. Now let's measure how much time do we spend above New York. From here to there, about 20 minutes. So 4 hours below it, 20 minutes above it. Who's in control today? Is it buyers or sellers? It's still very much sellers, as the whole sentiment pre-market heading into this was bearish. We've been all lower highs and lower lows still. This is our first attempt at potentially getting above. That to chase this, thinking, oh, buyers are in, we're going to flip and go long today. That's just amateur, and it traps everyone thinking that the trend is changing, and then it just sends it back lower off a key level, off a key VWAP, and you're able to not capitalize on any of it because you're looking the wrong direction. But you can see having that initial balance turned on, and we can even turn off this low a day just to keep it simple. You have the New York VWAP and the initial balance key retest there, finding shorts on the way down, right? You could even turn on any other day the initial balance or the opening range. Normally I'm looking for a break and retest to that. The same idea with the initial balance. Break and retest the initial balance, find more shorts. Just keeping it simple, having the initial balance on today would have really helped you to find another short. And even one more thing, I can give you guys a little note. Going to the 15-minute here, if you look at that trade, that break above the New York when buyers are taking back control, that's this candle right here. Please tell me where buyers took control. I'll wait. Because like we said, it was 8 minutes. So on a higher time frame, a bigger picture, just a 15-minute, that's not even one full candle above. That it actually wicks above and closes back bearish, looking like, oh, sellers defending that quite nicely. I actually want to short this. So don't get too zoomed in on that 1 minute. I made a few videos about that of we are scalpers, we are day traders on the 1 minute, but you do want to zoom yourself out a little bit and see the bigger picture, the longer story of let's see a 5 minute close, a 15-minute, right? We don't need to look at the 1 hour, the 4 hour necessarily, but saying that buyers are in on the 1 minute because we spent 6 minutes above, let's see if that can be sustained and held for 20, 30 minutes, because then we actually would have closed and held above here visibly on the 15-minute. But since it was only 8 minutes, sellers step right back in, and it just looks like lower highs and lower lows today. What are you doing buying it? So you can see on the 15-minute here, I'm on the regular trading hour still, where it's just showing from the 9:30s. So all these vertical lines are their own day right here. This is just showing from 9:30 to the close. I don't necessarily watch the 15-minute on the regular. Being that short amount of data, I do like it on the electronic. Then you're able to see the bigger picture where, oh, actually, our yesterday's low is here. So if we mark that off, a yesterday's low, we're actually underneath it. When we break it yesterday's low, there's a great chance that day ends bearish. So actually, let me look for more shorts, right? You're just able to see more of the story when you're zoomed out on the 15 minutes, seeing all that pre-market stuff, right? We had plenty of valuable lessons on that pullback of not chasing that short because looking at the bigger picture, what are we still doing? Still building higher lows, higher highs. Longs are more favorable. Some people chase shorts in these little pullbacks, zoomed in on a 1 minute. Where are we actually? We're still building higher highs, higher lows. Just simple things like that. Maybe I'll make a video about that as well. But for this one, just to keep the chart simple, an opening range, turn that back on, an initial balance, and the automatic VWAP from the start of the day, which is going to look like this. So heading into today's New York Open, you can see where the opening range starts. That's where our New York Open comes in. Like coming into the Open, we were underneath this daily VWAP, making lower highs since last night. So maybe I do want to find shorts into this Open. So keeping that in mind, now heading into the 1 minute, I do might want to find shorts when we break out of this opening range low for a new low a day, right? So just pairing the 15-minute with the 1 minute as well as the daily VWAP with our New York VWAP, right? Remember the New York is from 9:30. I really only watch that on the 1 minute on the regular trading hours, but I still do keep in mind this bigger picture. Because one last thing we could add is that yesterday's New York VWAP from yesterday's 9:30 New York Open. Heading into that, we'll also turn that blue. Heading into the Open, we're underneath that. So I'm still looking for shorts because we're underneath every key VWAP. We're making new lows a day. Structure's making lower highs, lower lows. Sellers are in control. Well, let me look for shorts. Where do I short it? On my lower day breaks, like Evan taught me in Futures 2.0. So that's how I set up my chart. You can see it's very simple, not too cluttered with a lot of VWAPs, 2 to 3 max, one level of the opening range. Oftentimes, I'll maybe add the initial balance if that seems to be more in play than the opening range. Sometimes I'll have both on. But at the end of the day, I'm still reading structure, trading off my key levels, trading everything that I teach you guys here in Futures 2.0, which is on ASFX TV. If you're watching this in December, if you use code XMAS, you can get 25% off your first month. You get access to the 2 courses, my 2.0, where I show you these VWAP breaks, the bounces, how to set up your charts a little bit similar like this, and all that good stuff, as well as Austin's Futures 101. If you've never traded anything futures, definitely hop into this one first. It gives you some chart markups, Forex versus futures, all the beginner stuff, and then hop on over to my 2.0 course. And then, of course, you can watch us trade it live on ASFX TV every day. All the strategies that I show you in the course, you can watch me take them live every morning with everyone in the chat, Austin, James, and Zach, and we'll put those practices into play every day. But hope you guys found value in this. Hopefully your TradingView charts are looking clean and simple and helps you declutter your mind and find easy trades. If you got any questions or any feedback you guys want on your charts, if you're setting it up correctly, if this VWAP plays correctly, anything like that, DM is always open. Feel free to reach out. And last reminder, make sure to subscribe. Please like it, share it if you're enjoying it, if it gave you some value. And tune back in tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll have the next day's video. I'll see you on the desk tomorrow morning.